I make $16,000 in 6 hours. I was like, I'm dropping out, though. Y'all never gonna see me again.
Man, you've been waiting for the drum beater, drum beater, drum beater, drum beater.
Beautiful people of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all the beautiful stuff, you guys. Your boy Dominic from DUEDATEHOMME, DUEDATE Studios. I got the man, the myth, the legend with me, and I got another man, the myth, the legend with me. I got my boy DJ Felly Fell, DJ Danny Fell, DJ right here.
Papa. We got Mr. Don't Talk to Me Unless You Got a Gold Business Card. We got a Rollie on the wrist. We got Skims Men on the hips. We got Range as the whip. We got last name Weeks, but the impact lasts for centuries. We got creator, founder, owner, designer, conservationist, creative director of Plastic is Whack, 324 Studios, and Reeves Paris. David, how are you?
Whew. That's a hell of an introduction.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a hell of an
Get out of the room. This is the intro.
I gotta thank you for that one. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Sweaty hands and all.
Facts.
But, I appreciate that. Thank
Of course.
You.
Yo,
Thank y'all for having me, too. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
thank you.
Even though y'all in my space, so I'm kind of happy y'all paused.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, shit. That was beautiful, David. Danny. You know, that was like some legendary, thing, you know?
You gotta come right when you're talking to a legend.
Yeah, this is like the Thanksgiving week special type thing, you know?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yo, beautiful people. Don't skip this part. Please don't skip this part. The main sponsorship for this video, you guys, is, of course, the best from Melrose, everywhere else, every place that sells vintage. DUEDATE Studios. Yes, that's correct. It's DUEDATE Studios, 7361 Melrose Avenue. If you guys like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, you guys. But most importantly, if you guys want to check us out in store, come through the shop. Show some love to me. Show some love to Kendall. Show some love to Daniel. Show some love to Castle, all that good people at 7361 Melrose Avenue. Or if you guys want to follow us on Instagram at DUEDATE Studios, you guys got to follow David Weeks NYC, Reeves Paris, Plastic is Whack, all that good stuff, you guys. Please, let's get back to the pod. I know it's a good pod. This is the best pod from one of the best in the game, you guys. Let's go. Peace.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, y'all. It was family, chilling. It's amazing. I love being around family.
What did you eat?
A lot. I ate a lot of stuff. Ate more this year. I've been vegan for like 8 years, and like now I eat fish, so I was happy I could like sneak some fish in now.
What type of fish was it?
Escafish. You know what that is?
Escafish.
Escafish?
No, I never heard.
Nah, what is that?
And saltfish. It's like Caribbean dish. My cousin's is Panamanian, so it's like it's not like American style.
Huh, interesting. What did you eat, bro?
What did I eat? Too much.
Too much? You know what's crazy? The first time I had turkey that I actually liked this year.
Really?
Yeah, like it smacked, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I could relive that day, but it barely happened.
It was yesterday.
I know it was so good. Like it was like a smoked turkey, but like they had it smoked for like 2 days. I don't know how they did it, but
Man.
for 2 days they said they were cooking it. So like the turkey was so soft and tender. It wasn't like dry and nasty, you know.
It's still a turkey, so it's probably nasty.
Nah, it was good, bro. It was
Understood.
good. It was good, man.
To each his own.
Yeah.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, what was the Thanksgiving fit? And was it all Reeves?
Yeah, it was fire. I kept it subtle. I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but
Facts. Same.
it was
Big facts.
all cream. Yeah, swore cream everything, cream lambens, and I think I had some cream Reeves jeans and the cream sweater. That's it.
Similar to what my dad wore. My dad wore all cream as well.
You know,
Bad life.
I dressed like a daddy yesterday, bro.
Oh shit, would you?
I just fitted jeans, different like some Vans, but different Vans, and then like
You got 2 pairs of Vans at Shoe Palace?
2, bro.
Wow.
2. I upgraded. You know, I had to like
Shoe Palace changing the
I
game.
had to dress up, you know, like a parent this year, you know.
Right.
You are a parent.
Yeah, but you know, like I usually like look at me like Supreme, you know.
I'm looking at your son right now.
I know.
Like,
Look
you
at
are
him
a
right there.
But I feel you.
Yeah, I had to dress, you know, adultish.
Daughters.
Yeah. So David, how did everything start, like from the get go? Like how old were you when you started fashion? When did you start? All that good stuff.
There are a lot ways I started. Man, I think I started. I was like, truthfully, 17. Yeah, I'd say 17. I was selling vape. I was big on. You remember Vape Talk? You old
Vape
enough
Talk?
for-
Yeah, bro, of course. Yeah.
Make sure you was old enough for Vape Talk. Vape Talk, Nike Talk. I'm from that era, so I was reselling shit always. And then I was like, man, it'd be nice if I made this stuff myself. You know, like it'd be nice if they wore like my name or whatever my name was gonna be instead of buying vape. But you know, that wasn't happening yet. But that was my perception of coming into it. And I really got started, like I said, 3 different ways. You gotta read my book for the whole shit. If my book's not out yet, it'll be out sometime next year. I did a lot of shit before 30.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Gotta add that to the intro.
Yeah.
/ author.
I did a lot of shit before 30.
Damn.
Yeah, my book will be out next year, but to let people know, short story, I started through one of the ways were photography. I used to be a photographer. I was editing a photo. This is early Photoshop CS3, like editing, photoshopping, editing a picture of like Kelly Rowland, or no, it was damn. You remember Travis Porter or some shit like that? Like
Travis Porter.
It was like a group from the South. Or
Didn't you
something
go
like
to the
that.
store once?
No, it wasn't them. It's
No?
3.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was 3 of
For
them.
what not?
Probably.
No, so
It's
maybe
3 people.
Yeah.
But I was editing a picture of them, and then I accidentally made a logo, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Like, so I accidentally like kind of I brought up the levels so high, and something made me open AI. It's probably the second. When I say AI, I mean Adobe Illustrator, not the new shit.
yeah.
But I opened Adobe, and I dropped it in there, and I accidentally hit like some auto vector button. I didn't know what I was doing, and I made a logo, and I was like, what in the world? And from that day, I was just like, all right, I need to do this, and I feel like I know how to do it. All the tutorials weren't online yet, like how they are now. You can learn how to make a Streetwear brand
On YouTube.
Yeah, tonight, like YouTube University. Nothing wrong with it too. Like, you know, like, I think it's dope that all that information is accessible to like kids now. That's dope. Like, I wish that shit was there when we were. But,
Do you remember what the logo looks like?
yeah, I have a photo. It was literally just me. It was a picture of me. I was trying to watermark.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to watermark, and I was just playing around, and I like played with the levels and hit auto vector, and then boom, it was just a vectorized picture of me like this with a camera. And
Oh, shit.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, all right.
Did you use that for like your first brand that you did?
Nah, I just use it on like the corner of my photo. Remember them early 2000s?
Like a watermark.
Yeah, kind of like a watermark, but just like shot by David. Like, you know, like that.
Starting in photography and like kind of being on Illustrator and all that, did you use that to get like a foot into the door into the industry, or you just straight went on your own kind of path?
Definitely used it, but I didn't know what I was doing. So
Right.
I spent every day playing around with it.
Yeah.
I would design from like my mom used to. It was so funny. Like my mom used to be like, turn off the lights, like, you know, because you know how parents are. Like, oh, we got our light bill, and I'm like, you know, I'm not understanding because I'm not paying the light bill, but you know, I'm running up the light bill. I'm all night on the computer until like 6 a.m. and I got school at 7. Like, you know, so, yeah, I know, but man, I just use that every day, yo. It was so crazy.
Were you using your mom's laptop? Or
No,
you got your own?
I was using. I didn't have a laptop. Like, I didn't have a laptop yet. This is not present day. This is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We had. I will say we did have an iMac, not a desktop computer. We had an iMac because my brother was like, "Yo, we need an iMac," so we had an iMac that the family used, and I did have an iMac, and I would create on there every night. Every night. I don't care if it was trash or not. Every night.
Do you remember the first like T-shirt that you ever dropped? Like,
That ever dropped?
yeah, like the first
Yeah.
T-shirt you dropped and like.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, it was. Don't beast for the hype.
Don't be what?
Beast for the hype.
Don't beast for the hype.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know if you remember, there was on Kid Cudi's mixtape. It's like not a hype beast, ain't but a hype. some shit like that. But it was on his mixtape, not his album. Before his album came out, and I was a huge Kid Cudi fan, so I'm like, oh, that would be fire to put on the shirt. So I put it on the shirt, and I made it match. You remember? Of course you do. Gibson SBs.
Yeah.
I made it match the Gibsons, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna kill the sneaker game. I'm gonna be big as I'm gonna be supreme tomorrow." And that shit didn't work out, but it was my attempt, and I'm happy I did that. Yeah, that was the first drop ever, though, for sure.
Do you remember your first successful drop?
First, define success.
Like that you sold like 10 shirts or 20 shirts or like went viral?
There was no viral in 2012.
No?
Yeah, like that. There wasn't no viral. But what I will say is, because my success, I just felt real success. Like me, I can like walk into my local barbershop. That's where I used to sell a lot of my stuff. I would go into the barbershop and be like, "Yo, I got this for sale. I got this for sale." And oh, I'll take one, kid. I'll take one. I'll take one. So I'm selling a few around my neighborhood, and like that was cooler for me at the time. Just like seeing people like wear my stuff in my neighborhood. But for viral, I will say, do you remember the Popular page?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta make sure everybody, some people don't remember it. Before Instagram had the Explore page, it was called the Popular page. In 2012, this is like the first time I actually went viral. Remember the guy Coney?
Yeah.
Joseph Coney,
Yeah,
like some
yeah.
crazy militant dude who had children soldiers over in Africa or some
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. I'm in class.
crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm in class. Mind you, this is like my first semester in college, my only semester, but my first semester in college, and I'm in this long ass 6-hour art class. And I'm just like, yeah, the art classes in college are so long. So I'm in this class, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, what can I do to pass time? And I'm trying to pass time, and I literally just start making this shirt because I seen like there's some shit going on with this guy Joseph Coney. So I'm like, nah, that's fucked up. I seen the video. I'm like, oh, he got child soldiers. We gotta raise money for this. So I do the piece. It was a shirt that said "Stop Coney," and I put my logo embellish. That was my brand at the time.
It wasn't the watermark with the.
No, it wasn't
picture.
a watermark. It wasn't a watermark. So I put that together, and it was pretty cool. I put it on Instagram. Instagram is like a month fresh. Like I think it just came out a month before. I put it on Instagram. It goes insane. I put it on BigCartel.com.
Ooh, shout out to Big Cartel one time.
BigCartel.com.
I still use it, bro.
That's
Crazy.
Don't say that out loud. Switch over to Shopify. They're not paying me. Maybe they are. But like switch over to Shopify, bro. It'll help your lifestyle.
Soon, maybe.
But I put it on BigCartel.com, make a little website, and man, it goes crazy. I make $16,000 in 6 hours. I was like, I'm dropping out, though. Y'all never gonna see me again. I think I came back one time to pick up my, I was in film class also. I used to shoot film. And I came back to pick up my negatives. And I was like, I'm out. Never see y'all again. And I stayed in school for all of 6 weeks. That's it.
So that's the secret to making something viral. Is you gotta do it when you're in class.
If that works, ain't no secret though. It's really just doing whatever you want, like, and being genuine and authentic. Like I really wanted to help child soldiers and shit. Like I really wanted to help them get some bread and help them get some money to like get out of their situation. And I thought my attempts would help. But what I found out the next day is that all that, it was 2 days later, all that shit was fake. And I had to give all that money back.
Damn.
What do you mean by it was fake?
It was fake.
Like propaganda, right?
Yeah, it's propaganda. They wasn't doing shit over there. Like, that was all made up. I'm like, what in the world? That shit was crazy.
That sucks.
Yeah. Man, it's all right. It's
Did you go into production, like, with all the T-shirts, like, the day of? Or you were, like, just trying to figure it out?
Had this been right now, I'd be in production because I know how to get in production. Fortunately, this is 2012, and I was very, like, I don't know. I didn't know much. So I didn't really know how to get in production so fast.
So your first viral piece was that shirt. Your first design was the watermark. What was the first brand that you came up with?
My first brand was Embellish, and that started,
That's how we met.
That is how we met. By the way, side note, I knew Dom for 10 plus years. Like, for sure.
And he's met me when I was that age.
Yeah, when you were that, yeah, exactly. He was a young hustler. He still is.
Yeah.
But, man, I had Embellish at that time, and I was just figuring shit out with Embellish. Like, all right, what am I do? What am I make? And just some of the first pieces with Embellish was really like, I can't really explain it. It's just like it was just like all-nighters I was pulling. Like, I'm gonna be up all night, no matter what. I don't care if it's whack. I believe in it, and I want people to see this. And I was still camping out for sneakers, heavy at the time. So I bring it to the camp house. Yo, check my stuff out.
Yeah, I bought a.
You were in the Supreme lines with the Embellish.
Yeah, Supreme. But mostly sneakers. I was mostly doing sneakers lines, Galaxy foams, and
Oh, you waiting in line for those?
yeah, I got like 20 pairs of those. Like, back in the day.
Resell
New York,
over
though.
here.
Come on.
I forgot what was the first piece I bought from you. The embellish one. It was like the.
I think you bought the ring from me.
No,
Yeah.
no, bro. It was the freaking you know, like when you hit somebody.
Yeah, it was a 4-finger ring. It wasn't a brass knuckle.
But it was like a. It looked like a brass, and it said
knuckle.
embellish on it right
Yeah.
there, bro.
You were selling brass knuckles?
No.
He sold the brass knuckles to a
I
little
was
kid.
selling. I wasn't brass knuckles. It was a 4-finger ring. I was really big in the 80s culture. And Radio Raheem used to wear these crazy 4-finger rings that said love and hate. And Taz Arnold used to wear them around that time too. He had his own love and hate rings. And I was like, man, I want to do a 4-finger ring. And I did one that said Ish, I-S-H.
Yeah.
Represent embellish.
If you got caught, like pulled over, and then the cops seen that,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
1,000%.
no, you think you'd
be
I'm not
able
even
to
let you finish that
oh,
question.
it's fashion jewelry.
Nah, they would be
That
like, yo,
don't
what
work.
is that, bro? Like, you know, like, no, it's,
Yeah,
it's the
they
end
pulled
of
it
it.
from my sister at the airport. My sister had it
Really?
going through the airport, and like they pulled her over. They didn't try to like temporarily detain her. But
Was
she's
she
like,
wearing it, or she
Nah,
was
it was
like,
in her bag though. So
Oh.
she's like, come on, why would I put that in my bag though? Like, so.
Yeah, damn.
like we've heard that one before.
Right? TSA. When starting Embellish, like, what was, like, how did you rise it up to so big? From when I met you, you know, I remember like it was like a roller coaster for both of us. Like,
Oh yeah.
like from like that to like 6 months later, we were like everywhere in the
Yeah.
U.S.
So I mean, it wasn't 6 months. It was not.
But, you know,
yeah, no, I'll tell you. So basically, I started out in New York, just trying to figure it out. You know, I really wanted to get out to Los Angeles my whole life. I don't know why. I always knew I wanted to live here. I used to love LA rappers, Snoop and shit. Like, be at home crip walking for no reason. Like, you know, listening to Dom Kennedy. Like, honestly, that really like pumped my move here. And in 2013, November 4th, I'd say, I moved to LA. And I the week before, I kind of moved here almost as a joke. I told someone, yeah, you know I'm moving to LA, right? They're like, yeah, right. I'm like, nah, I'm serious, bro. And he's like, oh, word? Like, you know, in New York. So he's like, oh, word? That's what's up. And I'm like, and so I get home and I'm like, shit, I'm not moving to LA. I don't have any money. Like, why would I say that? Like,
manifesting it.
I guess manifesting it, speaking it into existence, you know,
Yeah.
praying on it, whatever you want to call it. What I did, I was like, all right, I got to make good on what I just said. So I went home and I had a Jordan 1 collection, and I sold all my Jordan 1s. It wasn't that much, but it was 13 of them. I think it was 13 or 14, and I had enough for 6 months worth of rent, and I found an apartment on Craigslist. I moved to LA a week later. I kid you not. It was November 4th, 2013. I'll never forget the day.
Do you remember what ones they were?
Huh?
Do you remember what ones they
Some
were?
of them. I had OG Chicago's, not 94s. I had 94s, 95s. I know Dom has a new pair of 85s. He wants to flex on everyone.
You know what I'm
Should
saying?
have worn those.
Should have worn those today.
I had 94s, some 2011 ones. I had, what year the black and gold joints came out? Not the new, 01. I had the 2001 black and gold, was it patent leather? It was
all black?
Yeah, it was,
No, they were not
Nah, it
patent
was black and
leather.
gold. Patent leather is 2001. for sure.
With the gold swoosh.
With the gold
This
swoosh.
is when we need a fact
And then
check. Fact
I
check.
had, I think I had Carolina 2001 as well. Yeah, and I had a few fire ones, and some breads also. Some breads. I sold them joints. It might have been 01s or not, but yeah, I sold them, and I had enough 6 months worth of rent. I made it out, man. I came to LA. Man, the rest was history.
When you moved to LA, was there like more motivation to work even harder than previously?
Of course.
Because now you're like, damn, bro, I only got rent for 6 months.
Exactly.
What about the other?
What about
rest-
the other time?
For the rest of my
rent.
life.
Yeah, so I was on like ramen noodle and peanut butter and jelly diet, bro. That's all I ate.
I remember
for
going through that
a long
too.
time, you know. And shout out.
So you've been on the non-meat diet.
No, not because of that. I was broke at the time, so I couldn't do anything else, no matter if I wanted to or not. Like that's what I had. Like there'll be occasions I'll catch a sale because I used to sell glasses. You remember?
Yeah.
I used to sell glasses, and there'll be occasion I'll catch a sale on PayPal. And the only restaurant in Los Angeles that took PayPal, I don't know why and how, was Bossa Nova. You know Bossa Nova?
Really? Oh.
Yo.
Bossa Nova taking
Bro.
PayPal is crazy.
Do they still take PayPal?
I don't
about to
know.
hit 'em
The
up.
fact check.
I don't know, but
We
that
about to
was-
ask them, and they about to like tell us to leave.
That was love, yo. Like Bossa Nova taking PayPal, because that would help me. I'm be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna eat all right tonight. So
What's your order at Bossa Nova?
I would get like salmon and mashed potatoes and the little platanos.
Bossa Nova tonight?
The plantain. Yeah, and that's what I would get. That was my order. Whenever I catch.
They do.
They do. Wow,
They still
yeah.
do.
Still?
Wow.
Yeah, yo,
Shout out to Kendall
shout
right
out
there for the
Bossa
butt.
Nova, yo. Like they really, like you have no clue. Like I'd catch a PayPal sale from someone in New York, and you know, how PayPal
And you're like,
takes,
immediately, we're going to
$2.
Bossa
Yeah.
Nova.
When they were
I'm
nice
running
with the
to
charging.
Bossa Nova and grabbing that. You know, I want to eat tonight. I don't feel like eating noodles. You know.
It's a lifestyle. Do you remember like the first because I know let's talk about this a little bit. You work with the Leverage showroom, and do you remember like the first like upbringing with them? You know, the first stores they worked with. Because I remember you, bro. You went to zero to like
All right,
like that. Like
so-
even with me with my old brand
Yeah.
too. Like
So I'll tell you. So after leaving New York and coming to California, I was like, all right. I was clubbing a lot. Like honestly, I was clubbing a lot just to meet people. Like I ain't
networking.
Yeah, I didn't know any. Well, I was just clubbing honestly, but I ain't know anyone here. So I'm like,
Favorite club?
favorite club had got to be at the time Playhouse. This club is older than a lot of people. Playhouse.
I like to
it
go
was
on Latina nights.
Supper Club.
I know he does.
And then there was this other place in the corner of my street that kind of changed everything. It's called Emerson. It was a club called Emerson. I would go into Emerson, and it would be like cool, everybody be partying, and then shout out to the guys in the front, the bodyguard dudes, because I wasn't 21 yet, by the way. So it'd be these guys that were like Samoan, and like, you know, Samoan dudes are like big, and I'm a big dude, and they'd be like, oh yeah, you good, bro? Like kind of like a big dude head
should
nod,
pull up.
like, yo, you good? So they'll let me in, I'll go in, and I would meet a lot of people, and that's actually where I met my soon-to-be partner. Not met them, but like for the first time interact with them in real life. My soon-to-be partners.
Who?
You know them. I
Oh,
won't say
you
their names, but
did.
yeah.
What? Right there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. That you see, that is interesting.
So,
do we get about that information on the book that you're dropping?
You get some of it.
Oh, some of it.
You
Some
get
might
what's
work.
necessary.
But do you remember like the first stores after that you got into, the first like big
yeah.
department store that you were in?
Yeah, department, no, mom and pop. KT from Land of Fly. Shout out KT. I haven't seen him in years. Ash from what's her name? Some boutique in
Fort Lauderdale?
Atlanta. She's going crazy. She has a sneaker store in in the Bay Area right now. She's going crazy.
That name brings a
I
bell.
forgot the name of her store at the time. She has a different store now. She's killing it. But yeah, she was like one of the first retailers. And then Nuvo.
No,
Yeah,
Nuvia Nola.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ronnie
yeah.
From New Orleans.
Yeah, I
Shout out
remember
to him.
So this is with Embellish, right?
Yeah, so those are the first accounts I was in, but we were still weak on the East Coast. And I remember I actually moved back to New York for a short period of time and while I was figuring it out for about 5 months. And it was like torture, but it wasn't, because after, after getting a taste for LA, you're like, this is where I want to be. So I remember living in New Jersey with my homie Busy, shout out Busy, in the house, man. They held it down for us. But I remember living with them, and we were just like everybody was figuring it out. It was like a hub. There was so many people in there, in and out. It was like a lot of people came out of there. Shout out Busy. So many people were in there, like Travis Scott, like no bullshit, like was in there. Chase V,
Strag too, no?
Yeah, Dougie.
Yeah.
Strag, like we're all figuring it out, and man, I always give my hats off to Busy, man. He really, really, really helped a lot of people in the industry, and people sometimes forget that. And this guy really looked out for all of us. We're all grown men at this time. We're all 20 plus, and he just knew, like, seen a vision in like a lot of people. And this is before anybody's career popped off. And like now everybody's doing pretty good. So, I just hope nobody ever forget Busy because this guy definitely looked out for all of us.
Yeah.
So
But
being
sorry,
my bad.
While I'm back in New York at the time, we were weak in the East Coast for Embellish, and I had this little red suitcase, and I remember going.
I know about this.
Yeah, I remember going to the Bronx. I was going everywhere, but I went to the store, Tom, Dick, and Harry's. It was actually the first store that ever carried me for the first Embellish, like my T-shirts and stuff. But I went to the Bronx, and I walked in, and this guy Farouk in the store named Capsule, and he loved the jean samples, and like he was like, yo, I want to pick up. And I ain't know nothing about Brand Boom or anything, but he's like, yo, I want this, and this. I looked at it, it was like a $16,000 order. I'm like, what in the world? So I went back, told my partners, they were hype about that. They were handling their shit on the sales because they're really good at sales. And yeah, man, like that's kind of the origins. That's how we started.
Was the order sent through PayPal, and then did you go to Bossa Nova after?
I wish I did. That's a lot of Bossa Nova, but
That's a
nah,
lot of Bossa.
nah, it wasn't sent through PayPal.
For the people that don't know, what was the first garment that like? I know it was jeans, but can you explain what it was?
So I used to make T-shirts. I started with like T-shirts in my mom's house, like most people. Started with T-shirts. I remember I used to get all my shirts printed from this place called BK&Y Printing, and I remember going there on like a winter day, and it was like snowing. Anybody been to New York in the winter? It was like mad snowy, and we take the train everywhere. We don't hop in cars and shit. We don't even know people who have cars growing up. So I did something I know New York it does, but I'm carrying all these boxes back from BK&Y, and I got taxed for these boxes for my first prints. I remember getting taxed, but but I couldn't carry this stuff because one, it's snowing, two, I got to get on the train. I jumped in a yellow taxi, and I was like, that's like no New Yorker does that.
So the taxi was full of the boxes?
Yeah. So we throw it in a taxi, and man, I'm just being like, the taxi price keep going up and up and up, and I'm like, oh man, like, but fortunately I did that, and when I'm speaking to this taxi, this guy is how I get my first overseas manufacturing plug, and this has literally connected me to the entire overseas since then. So thank you, random taxi guy.
So you were sitting in the taxi car talking to the homie, and then the homie's like, "Yo, like, I can help you make some stuff," and then
he told me,
"Damn, that's like God, you know?"
Yeah, bro. He's like, "I can help you,"
dots.
cause I'm complaining. I'm like, "Yo, I spent way too much." Blah, blah. He's like, "I can help out," and I'm like, "What you mean you can help out?" He's like, "I can help. I can help. My cousin makes this, but if you've been in New York, you know all of our taxi drivers are Pakistani, so you never." I'm like, maybe you're not them lying. So I'm like, what, he got his number or something? He's like, you got WhatsApp? I'm like, no. So I download WhatsApp, and he hits me on WhatsApp, and then connects me with his cousin. And then later, his cousin's giving me a quote for my hoodie that I could not get printed anywhere else. It was like, so I'm thankful for that guy.
Shout out the taxi plug.
Shout out
to the
taxi man
taxi.
for sure.
We gotta start taking taxis.
Cause that's crazy. Cause that guy in turn introduced me to my glasses factory, which was my second piece I ever put out. And my glasses factory was in China, so he knew some guys over there, and like it's crazy. Like I'm so thankful that like walking to that taxi that day. You know?
Yeah.
So being in LA and then being in New York, was there a big difference in transitioning from over there to here?
Big difference how?
Like, was it easier to kind of navigate here, like with your clothing, or was it harder because it's like you're in a new environment? You might not know like as more people as you did over there.
It was difficult initially, but the best thing about relocating yourself is like it's like going to a new school.
Yeah.
You get to be whoever you want to be.
Right.
Anybody you want. You want to. Maybe you weren't as confident in New York as you were in LA because everyone you knew in New York knew you since you was in first grade.
Right.
Well, you get to come back with confidence. You don't have to be anybody else, but now you can have confidence.
It's
now
like without like the baggage.
Yeah, you don't have any baggage. Like, so now you can say, I am great. You tell yourself you're great. Now you're great.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
So going from embellish to now, what's going on with the projects you got going on now?
I got a few interesting projects. A lot, actually. Oh my God. A little overwhelming, but I like to be overwhelmed. Why not?
Can we talk about like a couple before though, like during the whole
for
startup?
sure.
Because I know you did Bridging the Gap.
Oh man.
You did the Wave one.
shit.
You did the Kanye head one.
Oh, look who's doing their research.
Yeah, bro. So like, wait, which one is like your favorite one out of all of them? I know they're all your favorites, but like, which one is?
I love them all for individual reasons, and yeah, I love them all. They're all interesting. Like,
How was the Kanye one?
that one was very interesting. So, I'll just start. So basically, I was doing art, and I started my art career in 2015. Started my art career December 2015 for Art Belt. I was doing skateboards, and I did that for a few years, and it went pretty well. But in 2020, January 14th, I had my first show. January 24th, sorry. I had my first show in LA, second show, but for sculptures. And I never did a sculpture before this. This is something I was working on for about a year. And it was a four-headed Kanye called North, South, East, West that actually describes like the how you're a creative, so you understand there's different emotions creatives go through on a daily basis. One day we happy, one day we holy, one day we sad, one day we mad. Like,
I see Daniel go through it every day, almost like 10 times a day.
At the same time.
bro,
Yeah.
you gotta like it's just part of it, and like and that's why I tell anybody
When Photoshop is lagging.
Photoshop like
For real.
Big facts, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, you've seen it in person. Like you seen the original, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. You showed me right here at the shop.
You
Yeah.
want to grab it?
Yeah, Kendall, can you pass it to us, bro?
It's blue right
it's
there.
the blue one right there, bro.
This is the pastel version.
You also had like a really big version, right?
Yes.
At the
So
Basel?
the sculpture is 6 feet. No, it's 5'5", and we put it on a podium, so it stood around like 6.5 feet. And yeah.
So which one is which emotion?
And
And which
been a while.
which one
So
is
this
more?
is the
Explain it to
standard
us.
Kanye. This is angry Kanye, which is standard Kanye. This is happy Kanye. And this is holy Kanye. Because, sometimes he's holy, and then sometimes some of his raps may not seem that holy.
Do you know if he ever like was able to see
Oh, no,
it?
he's seen this for sure.
And how was the reaction?
Did you interact with him, bro?
I did interact with him. Yeah, so it was 2020, and I'd say, what was it, man?
Was it before he was it before or after the election?
No, so
Because
this
if it was
during,
after,
this is
it might have
during-
not been on you. He might have
No,
been
that's all
upset.
good. This is during his Sunday service run. He's going crazy with the
Right.
Sunday service. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of VU Church.
Futures, no.
Okay, it's a church down in Miami ran by Rich Wilkerson. And Rich happens to be a friend of mine that my guy Pedro introduced me to in Australia randomly. And we just been tight since then. And Rich is an amazing guy. But he's also the same pastor who married Kanye and Kim, who officiated their marriage. Yeah. So it's at his church. So I'm like, all right, Rich might be able to get me back there. Like, you know. So I go down to Miami. I was, you know, going to already go anyway for Sunday service. But I'm like, I could also get him one of them. So I get to the back. And I know he's seen it before. I know because a few other people told me, like, oh, yeah, I showed Ye or whatever. So I got backstage after the Sunday service. Great performance. And
was everyone wearing like all like pastel or all like tan?
Yeah, everyone was wearing tan. I had one on too. I think I had the Trust God shirt that he did. So yeah, I was back there. I got back. You know who Tony Williams is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tony Williams, big shout out Tony. He low key helped me because like I don't know, to get to Ye backstage, you got to get backstage of the backstage of the backstage. And Tony Williams is Ye's cousin. And Tony Williams, for some reason, just was like, bro, that's cool as hell. You want to show him? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, you know, like, I never met Ye before that. Like, we've brushed shoulders, but I never really said nothing to him just because I'm not the type to just stop a person while they're in their mode. Like, I understand how that is. Sometimes you get stopped in your mode, and it's like, I want to let you keep doing.
Don't let me get in my zone.
Oh, damn.
But so I'm in the back of the back now, and Tony kind of like gives me the go ahead. I walk up the stairs. It's Ye and the sons of the owner of Chick-fil-A, randomly,
Well, Chick-fil-A.
And I think they just gave him like a lifetime Chick-fil-A card, and they're taking pictures and shit. So
we need
one
to
of
get
those.
that. We need it. We all need one of those.
I don't need that. I don't need chicken. But so
Just give me yours then.
Facts, I got that. So I get over to I get up there to Ye, and he's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up, brother?" Like he's mad cool. Like, yo, he gave me a dap like he knew me and shit. Like, and I'm like, "Nah, I just wanted to show you this." He's like, "Oh, I seen that." Yeah, nah. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, nah." I'm like, "Huh?" Like he said yeah and nah at the same time, so I was just a little confused. And he went downstairs and he was basically like, I gotta go. He was running to the Super Bowl. It was in Miami that year. He was running to the Super Bowl, and I was like, all right, bet. But I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go for that. I gotta understand why he's nah. So I go talk to him, and it's not like he was brushing me off, but he did have to go.
So he said yeah, nah, and then he was just like, all right, and then he just started leaving.
He gave me a big dap, yo, what's up? And then I was like, yo, I want to show you this. He's like, yeah, nah. Like, and then kind of just went downstairs, and I was like, oh, hell no. So he was leaving, and I guess his car was late. And I was like, well, sounds like a perfect opportunity for me to sit right next to you.
It was probably the homie in the taxi looking out for you.
Facts. So
He's blocking the other driver.
I sat right next to him. I'm like, what happened? Like, you don't like it? He's like, nah, it's dope. I was like, oh, thank you. Like, I appreciate that. He's like, it's cool. Like, he's just, and then I'm like, so why, and like, I'm like, why can't you, take this? This is for you. I want to give this to you. He's like, I can't take that, though. He's like, I can't take that. I can't even really be seen with that. And I'm like, I don't understand. And he explained something to me that I did not understand at the moment, but that's what growing is about. Yeah. He explained to me that, like, there's a crown of thorns on one side. So it's Ye depicted as Jesus on one side. Now, I didn't mean to depict him as Jesus, but I referenced his Rolling Stone magazine cover from 2007 when I did that. And I explained to him what it meant. And I also, it was funny because the tones kind of got high because I was like, yeah, just like, don't think surface level. He's like, he turned like, I'm thinking surface level? Like, and I'm like, not that you think at surface level, but it's like if a person can't look at this and then decide to interpret it, he explained something to me so tastefully. Now that I get it, but now at the time I didn't understand it.
Right.
He explained something like, I've been doing this for a very long time. These people will see me with this sculpture and says, Kanye commissioned himself as Jesus. And I just started making gospel music. I'll be out the door. And I was like, damn. He is right. No, but now, it's like...
So at that time, like, your reaction wasn't like...
My reaction wasn't nothing. I was just upset. Kind of like imagine like the last final boss of a video game, and you playing them and shit, and then you get your ass kicked, and that's how I felt.
When did it click for you that like that?
Later that night, I was at Koyo. Koyo Taco is a place in Miami, and it just hit me. I was like, oh man, he right. And I just had like a great time that night, but I was pissed for like 6 hours. I was pissed, and then I was like, nah, he's right, yo. He's been in this industry for a very long time. He knows how PR spins narratives. Like, he's no fool. Like, he understands. So
I know you worked with him before. Was that before or after the sculpture?
After, yeah, I did actually. I did work with him.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's for Yay 24 in 2022. Yeah, I did Yay 24 campaign, and all the merchandise, and ran a pop up in Miami.
How did that get connected through?
I can't even explain it. It was like random. I have a huge pop up planned for my brand that in 2 days, but someone was like, "Yo, yeah, you know, you be doing the pop ups," and like they probably just said that, I don't know, but it's like, "Yo, he wants you to take over. He wants you to do this pop up for Yay 24 and make that shit lit." And I'm like, I can see what I can do. And I had to find a location, import all this stuff, set up flyers, and a lot in hours though. Like this was in like I did all this in like 5 hours.
So you work with Yay. So, some people's like probably like biggest dream to work with. Who are some other people that you've worked with?
Who's some people who worked with me? No.
And who are some of the
There we
favorites?
I don't know. I work with a lot of people. I literally can't even list them. If you know.
And was it when you made a sculpture for Megan Thee Stallion?
I did. I forgot. Damn.
Ooh.
See, like that's what I mean. Like, yeah, I did make a sculpture for Megan Thee Stallion. She had the song "Body" coming out.
Oh, shit.
You know, "Body." Yeah, like so.
Daniel danced to that.
Yeah. So my guy, at her label, hit me and was like, "Yo, Meg loves. She's seen the sculptures you be doing. We want to do one for Body." I'm like, "All right, cool." Kevin Leong, shout out Kevin. Yeah, and I'm like, "All right, let's do it," and we did it. And
I've
cool.
seen the sculpture on StockX.
Yeah.
Can I ask who was the sculpture based off of?
An actual picture of Meg that was unreleased. I have it. somewhere.
Unreleased. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it was an unreleased picture of Meg. Like it looks exactly like her in that picture. For sure.
The new company that you created because you've been working with other artists, did that lead up to that?
You said what?
The new company that you created, the
324 Creative Studios?
Yeah.
No, I started 324 Creative Studios in 2018. I just wanted to kind of take all my knowledge and failures and shit and really help artists, people with a platform. Like, you have a platform and you don't have good quality shit, let me help you out. Why try to figure this shit out when I just did 12 years of figuring it out for you, and I can streamline your project, and I have the infrastructure. I have I have everything you need. I have warehouses in different cities and states. I have everything you need. Don't try to figure this out. Just let me come in and help and just focus on your craft. So that's what that's for.
Is there any artists right now that you're working with? Let's say this span of this past month.
Yes, but I cannot name them. Yeah, I can't do that. Sorry, guys.
I like that flex. You don't got hoes in different area codes. Yeah. You got warehouses in different states.
I do.
That's hard.
Yeah, I have a huge one in Kansas. Yeah, it's my favorite warehouse. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. What's in there?
Stuff.
Is that where we have the 6 foot Yay sculpture?
No, that's in LA.
Oh, you barely brought it, right?
It's here. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go see it, bro.
If you want to see it anytime, just let me know.
Oh, interesting.
So going from 324 Studios, I know you also have Plastic is Whack. How did that come about?
Plastic is Whack. So that's my nonprofit, but it's also a brand also. So we have a brand section. We make cool stuff. So basically,
and that's the hat.
Oh shit! Yeah, I am wearing that actually. Yeah, this is part of the brand. So I started Plastic is Whack as a nonprofit. I'm like big on like plastic waste. Like I
Yeah.
do not like rock with that. There's like recycle bins everywhere in my office, like because I don't want to waste any plastic. I got metal straws everywhere. Like we try. Like we're not perfect, but we really do try not to waste. Minimize what we use. Like.
Right. So it's really about recycling. I know before you kind of had told me about how you guys were trying to like, I don't know if it was like a documentary or right?
Yeah, we're trying to do a documentary as well. That's something definitely we're doing. We have a children's book out right now. Well, it's not out yet. Yeah, it's called Plastic is Whack, and it's a.
Do you have it here?
Yeah, I do, but it's in another room, so we're probably not gonna get that.
The documentary, is that the one with the air tags?
Yeah. So I definitely told him some of this off air. I wasn't sure if I was gonna let people know, but all right. So we're doing a documentary, and some stuff we did was we kind of hot glued air tags into plastic bags at one of our facilities, and we dumped it to see where it ends up at, and it ended up in a landfill. And that shit is disgusting.
So they didn't even recycle it?
They didn't recycle. One, we're paying for recycle, which is crazy. And two, you're lying, telling people you're recycling. So you're getting us out of our money, then you're also getting us out of actually feeling good for recycling. And it's like, man, it just, you never know. So that's why recycling is fine, but reducing is the real issue. Like, if you can not use plastic, that is the best thing you can possibly do. Because you can recycle all you want, but it might end up in a landfill.
And we should try that
That's
once.
about to be a TikTok clip. Big trash, we're coming for you.
Yeah, big trash, we coming for you.
So, along with Plastic is Whack, I know you also do the beach cleanups, right?
Yeah. So we do the beach cleanups. We recently just had one that you guys did not attend. Thank you.
We had a ported day. I was a ported day. You know that.
I've actually been to
out there?
like 2 or 3 beach cleanups.
He has.
Not mine, but
we
thank you
really
for your
love
We
efforts.
will be the next ones.
Yeah.
Next one,
we do beach cleanups, and we try to do them quite often. But each year, around the end of the summer in LA, we do beach cleanups with a little performance. So this year we had like Super Duper Cal there, and like some other like cool stuff. And we're also doing one. I'm not sure when this is airing, but in about 2 weeks in Miami for Art Basketball.
Super Duper Kyle.
Yeah.
That's our boy Kendall's favorite artist.
Oh, shout out Kenzo. That's what's up.
Shout out Kendall.
Yeah.
I Spy.
I like Cal too.
So
Kid was like waving hot no.
quick question. Is Yes Jules gonna be at the next beach cleanup? Because I will be there.
Hey,
Jules,
everybody will be there.
Jules might pop up. She might pop up. It just kind of came up last minute. But just stay tuned, because I'm also, aside from the beach cleanup, I'm also doing something kind of crazy. So just
You can't give us like little teaser, you know?
no. Thanks.
Another quick question. Yes Jules or Megan Thee Stallion?
My wife.
Oh, facts. We like that.
Oh, there we go. Boom. All the creative things you're doing. Tell us about Reeves now.
Oh man, so Reeves. I don't know if you know what it means.
No, that's what I was actually gonna ask
so
you. What is
Reeves
it?
actually means dreams in French, and
Dreams.
yeah. It's
Sueños in Spanish.
Sueños.
Sueños.
Check you out. Doesn't make for a good brand name. though.
No,
But,
sueños no.
So I was in like Paris in like 2015 or 14, actually 14, and 15, and I had like this dream, and boom, that's how the brand came, and it was just I've been nonstop on it since then, and we've had some very, very, very impactful collection, having a lot of celebrities wear everything, and more so than the celebrity, just our core fan base, because that's the truly important part. Like, having celeb wear it is cool, but it's like, stylist told you to put that on. Like, I like the core people when I walk around LA or New York, and I'm like, oh, that's my shit. Like, that still feels good to me. It's been like
I wear your
12 years,
sweatshirt like every once.
every
Once in a while.
Yeah, right.
No, every like maybe like once a month. I'll keep it a stack. You
That's
know?
what's up.
You know, I'm not gonna say every week, but you know.
Alright.
How do you style the Reeves sweater?
He gave me the one that it looks like actually like a nighttime in like Paris actually.
Yeah, because it's called Paris Nights.
Ooh, yes. It's just something simple, bro. Like sweats, the sweatshirt, the one that you gave me, and then some Air Forces. You know, keep it simple. when it's the day, you know,
Yeah, keep it clean.
that I gotta work a lot, you know, and we're moving around and stuff.
Because all my stuff's comfortable also.
Yes, that is a
Also
fact.
comfortable.
That is a
It
fact.
looks nice, but it's really comfortable.
In the dream, where did you look down and you were wearing like a Reeves sweater? And you're like, this is what I gotta do.
I don't know what I was doing. I remember just like having this dream. I was like, man, and I was like,
Cause something must have happened in the dream
because
where
I
you're
wanted
like,
to drop a new brand. I
Right.
just didn't know what the name was, and I don't know what made. Like, you know, I never know. Like, you know, like the word embellish comes from that album right there.
Really?
Yeah, there's a song on there called "We Got the Jazz," and then on the song it's like, "Please let the abstract embellish on the cut."
Oh,
Yeah, so
shit.
I'm like, embellish. I was on I never forget. I was on the A train in Brooklyn, and it just hit.
Huh.
So you know, I never know when I come up with these stuff. I got another brand that I will not say, but yeah, that name came out of nowhere.
Where did the sneaker name came from? The one that you, because I was gonna say that like towards the end, but
Yeah,
now that we're
that's
going
fine.
to it, what was the Kai, the shoes?
Okay, so the Reeves pairs,
Reeves,
Air Kai,
yeah.
So just my name and his name, and I was like, just put them together.
Who came up with the design?
The design, can't recall. That's politically correct answer.
Yeah. When what happened with all that? I know that you can't go too deep into it, but like just give us like a simple like what really happened and
Meaning, ask
Like-
your question you want to ask. Thank you.
what happened with Nike?
Okay, so I can't speak much on Nike, but you know, they cool. What's up, Nike?
What happened with the separation?
Oh no, nothing. You know, people, different creatives have different mindsets.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah, ain't
shit
no
happens.
beef there, nothing like that.
Okay, that's all love. Any other sneaker that you're dropping on your own?
I have developed a few other sneakers, not for me though.
Oh.
Yeah, for a few other people. I have
no shoes for Reeves coming soon.
trying to make me spill the beans, huh? Possibly, because I've been designing a lot. Like I got some archives.
What's coming in for 2024?
24. A lot of stuff.
Besides the book.
Some stuff over there that we're looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can't see that. But yeah, there's
What
some stuff in the
What
show.
are you most excited for? That's gonna come soon.
I'm really excited for my art show. I'm doing Switzerland Art Basel for those pieces. I don't know if you can see them in due time.
Oh.
So I'll be doing Switzerland for those. I recently did Hong Kong with those in March of this year. And then I did a show in LA that you did come to.
Dang it, there we
Yeah,
go. We
yeah,
were
yeah,
there,
I
bro.
definitely came to that one. That
We
was
got a
gonna
little
call you
lit
out.
with the wine.
Huh? Yeah, I definitely got lit with wine.
Got a little too
Too
lit.
lit.
But yeah, so I'm doing Switzerland for in due time, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm happy to like kind of spend more time on my art career right now. But also, I'm like, I don't know, I'm like kind of time management. You familiar with time management? I'm like,
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
doing it like I'm so surprised because I'm doing it so well right now. I'm like utilizing my time properly for every interval of my life, and I'm like, damn, this is weird because I'm usually all over the place. Like, but like, I'd say having kids got me like that. Like I'd be like, oh shit, my time. Like I need to use all of it, or it's gonna get wasted.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
With Reeves being conceptualized in Paris, can we expect to see Reeves there at Paris Fashion Week?
I did Paris Fashion Week in 2016. I'm not really a Paris Fashion Week person to show at. I love going. But I don't really like showing there. I feel like they might not understand the pieces. And I do it when it's ready, but I'm not, that doesn't like do anything for me necessarily. But I did do it in 2016.
How about New York Fashion Week?
New York Fashion Week is interesting. I've done
Is
that
it
also
is
in
it like
2016.
different? You think they'll like understand the pieces more over there?
Possibly. I can't say, but I'd be interested in doing New York Fashion Week. I've done it in 2016 where I stopped traffic in the middle of 34th Street.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
7th Avenue.
You got a
Called-
U-Haul truck, right?
Yeah, I got a, no, it wasn't
No?
a U-Haul. It was like some rental truck.
Enterprise.
Maybe. And I wrapped Reeves, Paris, and everywhere. And It was a crazy spectacle, and it was insane. Like, we stopped traffic. Shit, the New York Post had me on there. It's like, this jerk decided to stop traffic. That shit was.
You didn't do it with permits?
No permits. I was shit.
That's
I
how
was
we
scared.
like it.
I was scared.
That's how we
as
do
shit.
it.
I remember my mom was like, that wasn't. She was happy about it, but she was like, it's September 11th, right? And I was like, nah. So on how it went was, we parked a car in the middle of 34th Street and 7th Avenue in New York on Friday during rush hour. Stopped traffic for 5 minutes. All of my models hopped out of the car wearing my camouflage collection and walked around the truck in circles and then jumped. And then we got them back in the truck after walking the runway. And that shit was like, my mom had me kind of nervous. Like, it's kind of September 11th. It looked a little crazy. And I remember jumping on a plane back to Hong Kong, because I was living in Hong Kong at the time. And I remember jumping back on the plane to Hong Kong that night. I was like, I'm out of here. I can't take no chances. I'm good. So I was in Hong Kong, and then my phone was like blowing up. Like, yo, you everywhere.
Oh, damn.
That was crazy.
What were you more nervous for? Ye's reaction to the sculpture or that show?
That show. Because I know genuinely, at the end of the day, I mean, who doesn't like a depiction of themselves? Like,
Yeah.
even if someone did one of me, I'd be like, shit, I know I'd say it's alright. Even if I genuinely don't like it, but I'd be like, it's alright. So I wasn't really nervous for that.
So what can we expect for 2024 for David Weeks?
Well, my book's coming out. I did a lot of shit before 30. A lot of new pieces. A lot of new exciting clients. I just signed the 324, like pen inked, dry. So I'm very happy about that. A lot of exciting pieces for REVES. I'm also opening up another sector of REVES called RVS.
Oh.
So RVS Labs debuts in February. I'd say February 17th. So yeah.
And what's kind of like the main focus of RVS Labs?
RVS Labs is just kind of like a lot of my thoughts that like I just want to get out of my head and like put down on paper.
That doesn't necessarily need to be part of the collection.
That doesn't need to be a
But
part
you
of
wanna,
that
like,
collection
put
and
it
meet
out,
the
yeah.
aesthetic of that Reeves Paris Brutalist collection. Like, I'm like, nah, let's just lay down some stuff that I just really is in my head and I just want to get it out.
Interesting.
So I have the
So it's like a physical like Instagram mood board.
yeah, basically, and it's at a pretty fair price point. Reeves denim are kind of expensive, but
Right.
the sweaters and t-shirts and RVS is a little bit cheaper. So a little something,
Interesting.
So
something to gift the people.
I know you're speaking about how the whole point of 324 Studios was to kind of help jumpstart artists and with your experience, because you've already been through the shit. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, let's expedite that.
I've been through it all, highs and lows, bro. So so that's what 324 is like, to really like. So you ain't got to go through it. Like, I'm the first one that went over the hill. I got stabbed with them. You know what I'm saying? I got stabbed with all the horns, just so So I did that for you.
Right. So with all that experience, what's the best piece of advice that you could give to young creators that want to potentially make clothes, or not even clothes, just create in general?
Just create.
Yeah.
I tell the same piece of advice to anybody whenever they ask on any platform is just keep going. Just keep going, bro. If you keep kicking at a door, that shit will fall down eventually. So just keep going and nothing will stop you. Like, I've had odds stacked against me. This shit always work out. Just don't stop. Like, that's it. Like, just don't stop. And, like, have fun creating. Like, a lot of people are... Rick Rubin, did you read Rick Rubin's new book?
I didn't, but I've been wanting to buy
He
it.
said something very interesting that really, really stuck with me. And he said, a lot of people are playing to win. Try playing to play. And I feel like I've always felt that, but I never had the words to describe that. And that's literally describing what I do. Like, I'm not one of those guys. I'm playing to win. I always got to win. Bro, I'm not like, Yeah, I do. I for myself, but I'm playing to play. Like, I have a very, very good time at what I do. I come to my place of work smiling every day. And that's because I'm playing to play. A lot of people are stuck with this. I'm a winner, playing to win. I'm playing to win. We can't take no L's. We W's only. But then, like, their soul be a W. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't enjoy this shit. This shit hurt them every day. They're out there, and it's like, bro, just play to play. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Like, relax. The winning will come with it. But play to play. Imagine, like, going out in the play yard in school, and it's like, all right, today I'm gonna be the best at tag, and that's it. Like, nah, you just going to play tag, and that's it. So just play to play. You're gonna be all
Play to
right.
play.
Play to play.
So you've done clothing, you've done the nonprofit, you've done 324 Studios. What do you have planned for the future, and when do you think it's time to hang up the Reeves jersey?
Never. I'm like LeBron in this bitch. Nah. I'm always gonna have Reeves.
Right.
I work on other projects.
Yeah.
But shit. I love designing for that. I love the meaning behind it. And I like working on a bunch of other stuff also. So I can do it all. Like, you know, you're not you're not put into this box of like, oh, I'm gonna hang up this. Nah, you can do this shit forever. Like,
Right.
I fortunately I picked one of those careers that you could do your whole entire life until you die. Like, I'm not an athlete and shit. I may look like it, but I'm not an athlete. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my knees don't stop working. Like, nah, my pen game gonna always be strong. I can always hop on a computer, and the creativity is in me. So why would I ever stop it?
Right.
Like, you know, I love architecture. I told you before briefly, like, I'll be studying Norwegian architecture. So, so, like, that's another thing. No need to really announce it, but, like, that's something I've been doing for years. And picking up Norwegian and shit just so I can adapt to learn Scandinavian architecture.
That's dope. Any plugins you want to give? Kind of to wrap things up. That was some stuff that you're doing.
You done plugged everything up.
Well, where can the people find you?
Yeah, where can the people find you?
David Weeks NYC on everything. But I'm not really a social media person
Right.
anymore. Like, you remember how I was before.
Yeah.
I probably might post once every 3 months, and that's all you're gonna get out of me. So you can find me or don't find me. I appreciate everybody. So
But
good.
yeah, thank you, David, for
Thank
your
bro. I
time,
appreciate you coming
for
through.
everything that
Thanks,
you've
bro.
done
Thank you.
in the game. And yeah, find David right here on Reeves.com, right?
Reeves Paris stuff.
ReevesParis.com.
324 Studios.
324 Creative
Plastic is
Studios.
whack worldwide.
PlasticIsWhackWorldwide.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Yes, sir. Well,
And my art, David Weeks NYC.
David Weeks, NYC.
Again, if you want to go check it, check it. If you don't, that's all right.
Nah, they check it. I'll make them check it.
And us at 7361 Melrose Avenue.
7361 Melrose Avenue, DUEDATE Studios,
Boom.
DUEDATE Home. Let's go. Peace.
The man you've been waiting for. The drum beater.